from a fallout shelter somewhere under Seattle, Washington, it's the show you've been waiting for. Get ready to join your hosts, John and Kenric, as they talk comics, movies, and more. Now here's Spoiler Country!
Alright, welcome back to Spoiler Country. I'm Kenric, and that is Mr. Horsley. Do you like that? Do you like the Mr. Horsley?
I mean, it's better than, Mr. Dipshit.
Well, come on.
It's fine. I mean,
Well,
I
you
don't
can do
know-
Jay or John or Johnny. I mean, you don't give a fuck about your name.
It's whatever. It's fine. I am who I am, and I'm the man of many names and the man of no names. It's cool.
The man of many names and the man of no names.
I am both.
I am both. I am the Alpha. I am the Omega.
The Omega. I mean, it's kind of true, though. I am the man of many names and the man of no names. So
It's kind of, yeah, well, I mean, you got a letter.
I got a letter. Just one.
Just one.
Actually, Mr. Horsley's fine. I mean, or whatever. You can change it up if you want to. I don't care.
No, I don't care. I just, whatever comes out of my head. I think I've been doing Mr. Horsley so long now. Or not really so long, actually.
Yeah, because you're doing Johnny for a long time, and then and Mr. Horsley. I don't know. It's been a while, though.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But that's not why we're here today.
That is not why we're here today. Someone's got a new Kickstarter.
They do, and it's Mr. Jeffery Haas, who's actually also a writer on Eynes.
Oh, that's cool. Which story did he do?
I don't know. I have to look. I forgot. If you give me a second, I'll tell you. Hold on. I should have pulled it up before this started.
Oh, shit. Sorry, man. You're the one who brought it up.
Well, I didn't think you were going to ask me what story he wrote. I just didn't. Fuck. Look, there's a lot of writers.
That one about that one thing.
There's a lot of writers
during that time
for this book. Yes, and
is it in book one?
No, it's not in book one. I think it's in book 3.
I made book 1.
You made book 1 because you're special. Book 1's not even out yet.
I know. What's up with that, man?
So book 1's not out yet because I got to finish coloring pages, and I got a new job, and I moved, and my back went out, and I've had a lot of stuff going on, so I haven't finished coloring the last couple of pages. So I am still working on that.
Is it literally like 2 pages?
No, I basically have to color the last 3 pages of the story "The Wanderer" by Michael Tanner and drawn by Clayton Hollyfield, and then I have got to finish the digital painting on a couple of the pages left for a story that I wrote.
Well, get her done, man. People are excited. People are waiting. Let's do this.
People are constantly, "Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?"
Yeah, I bet. But Jeffery Haas has a Kickstarter, Sanctus #5. Don't let him beat you to market.
I will not. And I can't find the name of the story he wrote for the book, so I'll have to find it later. Okay. Sorry, Jeff. I was not prepared for this question. But this is not a show about me. This is a show about you, Jeff.
Yeah, it is. It's all about Jeffrey. So let's sit back, take a listen.
Hey, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Spoiler Country. My name is Casey Allen, and today I'm going to be talking to Jeffery Haas. He is the head writer of Sanctus, which is in its 5th book. Jeff, you want to talk to us about this book?
Yeah. Hello, and thank you for letting me on your show. Sanctus is a eventually a 9-issue series in a alternate Earth where a plague has ravaged the entire world, and the whole world is basically broken down to 3 areas: the Holy Sector, which is run by an evil Pope Augustus; the Federal Sector, run by an oppressive government; and then there's the Untamed Regions, which is kind of a lawless area. And within this time period, this Dark Pope is trying to amass complete power. And the only ones who are available to stop him is this ex-cop, also a young girl named Cindy, who's about 8 years old, and her foul-mouthed living ragdoll named Molly. It's a lot of fun. It mixes action with horror, and it's kind of a nice long miniseries. And I think a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. The first volume was distributed by Arcana Publishing, going a few years ago, but now it's going to be published under my own Vector Comics. Okay,
awesome. I hear you wrote a few other books under Arcana. Is that correct?
The first 4 were definitely from Arcana. Before that, I did a few comic books for Crystal Fractal, which was a Canadian-based company.
Oh,
and
Crystal
then
Fractal.
And then I did a series of a 4-issue miniseries called The Nightmare Patrol about a team of old-school Hammer horror monsters.
Sounds amazing. I love the old school horror stuff, and it sounds like you're trying to resurrect some of that feel from like the old DC comics. And
we're definitely going. We try to give it a nice 70s, 80s feel to the Nightmare Patrol. I think it came out really well. It's available on Comixology for anyone interested.
Awesome. And what were your influences for this new comic, for the Sanctus comic?
Well, for Sanctus, the main influence was I'm going to get the name totally wrong. J. Michael Straczynski is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Who did Midnight Nation. I love that comic book, and when I read that comic book, I was around 20-something years old, and I thought to myself, I want to do something like this. I want to do something with this level of scope, about this length, and it really kind of inspired me to go ahead and work on Sanctus.
That's awesome. So what's your background?
Out of school, I have my first degree is actually anthropology, primatology, but then I went back to school and became a high school English teacher, which I've been doing for about 5 years now.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's taxing, but it's worth it.
So, who do you have doing art on this Sanctus comic?
The one who's working on issue 5 is a studio called B Studio. They're handling the inking, the coloring, and the lettering. But prior to that, I had the first volume had a different artist. Actually, the cover of Sanctus Volume 1 is Charlie Adler from the Walking Dead comics. He actually did our cover for us.
Oh, cool.
And then, he was really cool. He did it basically for free. A donation to a charity.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So, how many how many books are in this series again?
Eventually there will be 9. We're working on the 5th issue now.
Awesome. And so can you tell us a little bit more about the other writing that you do? I understand you write for the internet and have also written for a toy company?
Yeah, I did a series of bios for trading cards for a company called Planet X Asia. They do a line of Kaiju-based action figures, and they needed basically they wanted to make a unified universe out of it. And the gentleman asked me through someone we knew, who I knew, and I set up trading cards for their Kaiju monsters that he created.
That is the craziest gig I've ever heard of. That is awesome. I love hearing just like the random things that people will land just by virtue of being in this field. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all. The artist for the Nightmare Patrol, Frankie Washington, did some artwork for Planet X. He's like, "Hey, I have a writer who wants to, who can work with you." And he's like, "Do you know anything about Kaiju?" I was like, "Sure, of course I do." Of course I don't. And I just decided I wrote it, and it worked.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Google.
Pretty much. I mean, the guy's like, what do you know about Kaiju? I said, "Oh, I know everything. Don't worry. I love these guys." And honest to God, I know Godzilla, but that's pretty much what it was. So I just Googled a lot, and then it was like, all right, just keep saying yes, and eventually it'll work. And my advice to any writers, pretty much that's what you do. You just say yes and hope to God you can do it.
So what kind of books are you into right now? Other than Sanctus, what really is inspiring you right now in indie comics?
Well, a lot of the series I'm reading right now is Dark Arc from Aftershock Comics. I also read when it was being published, Saga. A big fan of that.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for that to come back.
Oh, no idea! I've been waiting that forever. I went back and read the old. I'm reading Why the Last Man now. Going back and reading the old issues, and then I read Green Lantern all the time. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I read anything.
That was the first book I learned how to read on. My dad
Green Lantern?
he was a Green Lantern fan, and when I was a kid, he'd put me up on his knee, and we would go over the word balloons together. And classic X-Men.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. My father took me to a comic book store, and he was like, "I like Green Lantern. You'll like Green Lantern." I was like, "Yes, I do," and I did. So I've been reading ever since. Also, I've been reading The Goon and Hellboy when it comes out.
Goon is amazing. I have nothing but respect for that guy, and Hellboy is just an endless sea of inspiration. That book.
Yeah. I mean, Edgar Powell is such a singular talent. I mean, his artwork, you see it for just any image, you know it's Eric Powell. It's definitely Eric Powell.
Yeah,
no matter what he does.
And I mean that's the same thing for Magnolia too, or excuse me, Magnolia. Ugh, I can't talk.
I can't say the name anyway either.
That's the same for Mike, the Hellboy guy. So I was looking through. I think it was an old X Factor, and he had done the art on it, and it was undeniable. It's like, oh, that's Magnolia. And I'm sure somebody message me and go like, it's blah 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 blah, you dumbass. And yes, it is blah blah blah. It's Mike blah 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 blah, and he writes Hellboy.
As long as you're close, that's all that matters.
Fucking retiring off that shit because it is awesome.
Yeah, Hellboy is a classic. Another one of those stories that it's kind of there's a certain level of gobbledygook to it, but it's just genius gobbledygook, and I love it.
Yeah. How did you land on horror comics? Seems like you're really into writing horror comics. Are you into like horror fiction as well, or are you just into the horror comics?
Well, I mean, I love Edgar Allan Poe, going really far back. You gotta love Stephen King and H.P. Lovecraft. But it basically just seems to be where my writing just takes me, always in a place of horror, though I tend to read almost more superheroes. From a writing standpoint, just something about horror just grabs me and says, I love this genre. I love the atmosphere. I love the feel to it. I just want to like live in this story, this horror element, story.
I can understand that. Yeah. I mean, it's and it seems like with indie comics lately, there have been so many really fantastic books coming out under the horror genre, and it's really inspiring a ton of people, and myself included. And I can't wait to read your book.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, like I said, I would love to talk about the importance of helping indie comics. I mean, like I said, I am going to Kickstarter, and on some level, I will point out that it feels kind of awkward to ask people for money, but at the same time, I think it's important to understand the indie comic process right now, where basically what you're looking at, and I kind of posted something on the Kickstarter page about it. I don't know if you can see updates if you haven't already backed it, but anyways, and the importance of the amount of financing that it takes to put together one single issue at the independent level is significant. And I mean, that putting aside just printing costs, which is almost $2 a copy, you're looking at paying your artists, colorists, inkers, letterers. You need a cover artist, shipping, all this stuff. It's pricey, and I think this is why comic books more and more at the indie level are moving to crowdfunding, because I do think that is the primarily way indie comics will survive, is through the investment of regular people who are just saying, hey, I want to help them out. I want to give a little. And I think any amount you can give is significant. I mean, even if it's $1, just the showing of interest, I back this, I have faith in this, it's a huge deal from an indie creator standpoint.
Yeah. And you guys, I know this from the experience of having gone through this myself. When you put on a Kickstarter, it is like another full-time job.
Yep.
I know when the Eynes Anthology was doing the month of Kickstarter all through February, my eyes were glued on that phone. While I was in the lab at work, my eyes were trying to update my phone every few minutes, and we have terrible reception in there to begin with. And but still, you're making sure all that's done. You're trying to reach out to other people. Nobody's going to hear about it unless you literally get on the rooftops and shout out about it. And that's what you're doing. So that's great. And yes, Sanctus is a badass book. I can't wait to get my mitts on it. And I'm looking right now at the Kickstarter, And for $10, you get a PDF of the book. And 15 or more, you get a PDF of Volume 1 and a signed copy of Sanctus number 5. For 30 or more, you receive a hard and signed copy of Sanctus Volume 1 and all previously offered goodies. 75 or more, you get a limited edition Sanctus t-shirt, which I really want to see that t-shirt.
Thank you.
And you also get all the other previous things. And then 100 or more, you get an original sketch of Sanctus and all the previous rewards. For 150 or more, you are the Dark Pope. Powerful beyond measure, you will receive a producer credit on the comic. Much is owed to you. 300 or more, win a date with Jeffrey Haas. This goes out to... No,
my wife would kill me. But yeah, and I will say, the sketching right now looks like it will be by John Horsley, who is doing the Eynes Anthology as well. He's helping out with the sketch section of that. So I want to give a shout out to him as well. And his Eynes Anthology book is a big help to us.
John's a great guy, tremendous artist, and he's an all right dude. No, I'm joking. He's rad. I love him. Yeah, he's gonna give you a badass sketch to go with it. Yeah, so you guys go out and back Sanctus. Sanctus is you don't want to sleep on this. It looks amazing, and just from having read some of Jeffrey's work before, especially during the editing process of the Eynes Anthology, dude knows what he's doing. And so, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Other than just thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully, one of the shorts will show up in one of the Eynes Anthologies. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, thank you guys for that as well. I look forward to seeing another credit.
No problem, man. And yeah, it's like putting together a mixtape, and it really is, and finding out what fits where. And yeah, we're nearly done with the one we kickstarted in February. We just have to do a few pages of lettering and coloring, and soon I'm ready to get on number 2, get this show on the road, because we have so many other stories to tell, just like you do with the Sanctus series. So,
well, like I said, what I read from Eynes Anthology was fascinating stories. I look forward to seeing them all in print.
Oh, dude, yeah, and like I said, I'm ready to see Sanctus number 5. Get that in my dirty, greasy Alabama mitts.
Will do.
Let's get this thing done, man.
I look forward to it. And like I said, thank you for the shout out, and to everyone listening. Yeah, help us out. We would really appreciate it. We have about 18 days left, so clock's ticking.
Awesome. All right, Jeffrey, take it easy, brother.
All right, thank you. You as well.
Awesome. All right, you guys can get the Sanctus comic by going to Kickstarter.com, looking up Sanctus number 5. Get that thing funded. Let's do this. Peace out.
Have a good one, everyone.
Okay, well, we're back.
We are back. And you know what? I know what story he wrote now.
Oh.
He wrote Silvonia's Love. It's a story that takes place in 1895. It's going to be it's scheduled for book 3, and it's really good. I do like it a lot.
Oh,
cool. So that's what it was. So Jeff, I looked it up. I found it out. I didn't forget about you. I promise.
Well, there you guys go.
But yeah,
you heard
Sanctus
Jeffrey.
5.
He's going to be in Eynes, and he's got a new Kickstarter for Sanctus number 5. If you like what you heard, you want to know more, please visit his Kickstarter and
tell him we sent you.
Yeah, tell him we sent you.
Yeah, because he needs to know.
And we'll have a link to his Kickstarter in the show notes.
We will. And just so you know, if Sanctus 5, as he mentioned in the interview there with Casey, it's the continuation of a graphic novel like he did a couple years ago. So on the Kickstarter, you can get the whole graphic novel plus the new issue. So it's all cool.
There you guys go. Well, we hope you enjoyed that. Please go to the Kickstarter, check out what he's got going on. If you can get any level, then do that. But if you can't afford it or you're not financially available for that kind of stuff, please share, because that really
share,
does
share,
help.
like. Yes, it does. It does. Share it everywhere. Share it with your mom, your grandmas, everybody.
Yeah, your aunt wants that so bad.
But not your uncle, because he's kind of a dick. So.
He is a dick. There you
Right?
guys go.
God, that guy.
All right, guys, we are Spoiler Country. We're heard everywhere podcasts are heard. We're on all the social medias. If we're not on your favorite social media, give us a shout out, and we'll get on there soon.
Yeah. And if you want to call us, we have a voicemail, 707-656-2080. 707-656-2080. You can also email us at spoilercountry@gmail.com, hit our website, sepod.net, and talk to us on all the places.
You guys go. All right, don't forget, Johnny, open that mind.
Read more. See ya. Peace. Yeah. Fuck, that caught me way off guard. I can't.
You covered it well by not knowing a fucking thing.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
I mean, come on, man. You said, use it right. Eynes. The next fucking question obviously is going to be, which story did he do?
I should have known. But God damn it.
Funny shit. What microphone are you using?
The ATR. Does it sound like shit? Or
No, I'm just wondering because you're in your permanent home now, and I thought maybe you would have set up the old Procaster.
I want to. It's right there.
The old Procaster.
I don't have the mic stand portion of this set up, so I'm using the tabletop one, and the Procaster just falls over. I tried it.
Oh, yeah, I bet.